I'm waking up from ash and dust. Gods don't pray. There's magic in my bones. Should I stay or should I go now? Let the bodies hit the floor. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? 'Cause it's the thriller night. I hear the trains a-comin'. They're comin' round the bend. The devil went down to Georgia, and I haven't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I can see clearly now, somewhere over the rainbow, when doves cry. I've got 99 problems, living on a prayer. Skyrockets in flight, afternoon delight. I fell into a burning ring of fire, and it burns, 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 that ring of fire. Don't believe me, just watch. Good day or good evening, whatever time it is at the time that you are watching this current video. I just wanted to start this out with saying I love you guys. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourselves today as well. I appreciate that. The universe appreciates that. So what you heard at the top of the video there was a recording of a channeled transmission that came through. It was a bunch of lyrics to different songs, different genres that just it's almost like I felt the energy before it came through. And I'm so glad that I turned my recorder on because it totally sounds like a story is being told here. And I found it super intriguing and interesting. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just sit down and tap into the energies of the story that was told with all of these beautiful song lyrics and just kind of see what comes out. So if you're down for that ride, stick around. I am just going to go ahead and put this here because Spirit told me to. So there we go. I'm now being guided to share some of the energies that I have been personally experiencing within probably the past few days. I would say maybe like 3 days or so. And that would be Merlin, Melchizedek, and Archangel Metatron. It's been very wizardy for me. Harry Potter also has been coming up very synchronistically. And another thing is gateway. The word gateway and Zion. And so I processed that as the gateway to Zion. And now I'm being guided to go ahead and share that with you. So maybe that's the vibe that we're going to be surfing on today. I went ahead and grabbed my gateway light activation cards. I figured that would be a good starting point, at least. Alright, we got one that has fallen out of the deck. Let's go ahead and reveal what it is. No flippin' way, bro. No flippin' way. It's Order of Melchizedek. Embraced by light, mission uncovered. Don't give up. No way. That is crazy. Okay. Let me just recover from that mind blow real quick. Alright, right off the bat, just because that is undeniable spirit coming through with what I had mentioned, the energies that I was within for the past few days. And then that card fell out. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the book right off the bat here, right out of the gate. I just feel like I have to. So bear with me as I stumble through reading this. It starts on page 112, which is pretty cool. It says, Melchizedek, whose name means King of Righteousness, is the first high priest mentioned in the Bible, the one who initiated all the great teachers that followed him. He is mentioned in several Abrahamic texts, including the Dead Sea Scrolls. He is an ancient gatekeeper of... Wow. of the light who is dedicated to helping all those walking the spiritual path to take the initiatory steps to align with the light. Bro, I just said gateway to Zion. Like, this is blowing my mind, dude. I'm already right out the gate being mind blown right now. Alright, it goes on to say, the best way to describe this great being is a wizard. It says it right there. When you invoke him, you will feel the presence of a loving and angelic grandfather who wants to guide you to your greatness. The order of Melchizedek, which was mentioned by Yeshua in the New Testament, is a divine order of very high-frequency light beings, angels, and masters who are working together as an energetic force dedicated to lighting up and outshining all darkness and bringing a greater balance of masculine and feminine energies to the earth. Its members include Jesus Christ, Archangel Michael, Archangel Faith, and Mother Mary. By connecting with these cosmic beings, we give permission for our energy to be upgraded by light and love so that we can become an even greater vessel of purpose for the world. Wow. And I'm just going to go ahead and share this because, like, now I feel like I have to. But, like, right when this energy started presenting itself to me, I started seeing people out, like, in public that look like how you would imagine Melchizedek to look like. Or Merlin, you know, that kind of vibe. With, like, the long white beard, the long white hair. You know what I mean? It started with one specific dude. He had a fantastic car. And I had to roll down my windows in a parking lot. I had to roll down my window and be like, and compliment him on his car. He couldn't hear me, so I pointed to his car and I gave a thumbs up. And then he goes, "Oh, I'm glad you like it." But it was cool. It almost seemed like a weird dream to me, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But then today, actually, while I was out, it kept happening, dude. These men and their counterparts were like showing up in all these random places where me and my daughter were today. It was just like, it got to the point where my daughter started noticing too. My 7-year-old daughter. So, and I told her, I was like, man, is this like manifesting in the physical right now? Like, that just blew my mind. Alright, let's go ahead and read the Your Message section real quick. It says, you have learned so much and are now recognizing all great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought you. The Order of Melchizedek is coming to you today to encourage you to continue on this pathway and not give up. Even in moments of darkness and fear, there is the opportunity for you to share your light. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's imperative for you to know that you're not alone. Light is with you and within you. And by invoking spiritual support, you will be able to muster up the strength, courage, and focus you need to surmount whatever challenges you face. I'm hearing that for whoever this message is for, you definitely work with the Order of Melchizedek, or the light beings that is within the order, or that are within the order. You might identify with maybe even being a wizard. Like, now I just heard the word God Wizard. God Wizard, alright. And this is Melchizedek coming through and like confirming for you that yeah. And that if you're facing difficult times right now, to definitely call upon them, because they're here to help. They're definitely here to help. They're showing up for sure. I mean, this has been probably about 3 days for me that this energy hit me, so this is a big one. This is definitely an exclamation point for whoever this is for. And I've got the notebook where I wrote, after I recorded that, I went back and listened to it so that I could write it down, because I wanted the lyrics in my journal. And now my eye is being brought down to the first part of what was transmitted. It says, gods don't pray. I'm waking up from ash and dust. There's magic in my bones. And this is you recognizing that magic. This is you realizing that prayer is not groveling at the feet. Prayer is just a form of confirming what you already know that you have. You're waking up from ash and dust. It's very phoenix rising energy. And now I'm imagining a fallen angel who eons ago fell from the righteousness. And they spent eons rebuilding the staircase back to Zion. That's what I heard. And the next little bit, after the part where it says there's magic in my bones, it says, should I stay or should I go now? Now that you remember exactly who you are and what you're doing, you're questioning whether you want to stay in the light. Let the bodies hit the floor. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? It just hit me what that, going with this fallen angel who fell from grace. In the lyrics that say, let the bodies hit the floor. The story is that the angels were corrupted because when they descended and came to earth, they had fallen in love with the human female. Interesting. I don't know if you heard that, but outside someone is throwing some trash away very loudly, and it sounded like, it sounded like bodies hitting the floor. So maybe that was confirmation here that we're on the right track with this. And the Annie, are you okay? Could be the female, the female representation of this. And then with the next lyric, 'cause it's the thriller night, that's speaking to me of after the fallen angel falls, hit the floor, he spent some time being very dark. Like very dark. I'm seeing it. And it's like a thriller movie, like a horror show. Yeah. Now that I'm moving on through this, might as well just move on through it, right? After that, I hear the trains are coming. They're coming around the bend. Devil went down to Georgia. I hadn't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. That's that light, right? That's what's awakening inside of you right now. You're like, damn, I haven't seen that in so long. It feels good. It's waking up the magic in my bones. Retribution is here. Yeah, exactly. I'm reading my notes here. And then it goes into, I can see clearly now, somewhere over the rainbow. Wow. This is awesome. Skyrockets in flight, afternoon delight. I fell into a burning fire. Burning ring of fire. Sorry, Johnny. It burns, 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 that ring of fire. And it says, don't believe me, just watch. See, even fallen angels can rise. That's what I get from that. Definitely. And perhaps that you have alchemized all of this. You've transmitted, you've transmuted. You brought back in that light into the deepest depths of the voided soul. And Melchizedek is here. And he's like, welcome to the order, buddy. That's what I heard just now. Welcome to the order. They're welcoming you to the order, bro. Or girl. Because wizards can be girls too. They could be wizardesses. Goes both ways. I heard in this lifetime. Very true, very true, very true. Because just what we are in the flesh currently is not necessarily what our soul vibrates at. Oh, wow. Holy Grail. Inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. See? There it is. There's that Holy Grail that you found within yourself. It even kind of looks like it's down here at the bottom. And you got source energy right up in here. Look at that. It looks like a rainbow. Just like the Just like the transmission that came through. There's that rainbow. I can see clearly now, somewhere over the rainbow. There you are. There you are, right there. Rising. Grand rising, I heard. Congratulations. Once again, lots of congratulations happening here on this channel lately. I'm so proud of y'all. Yeah, the sword of light. Divine protection. Cut the cords and break through energy. You're cutting the cords to all that fallen angel energy. But not only that, now I'm hearing you're cutting the cords. You're breaking through that energy, but you're also using it and alchemizing it. There's great power in that. Taking something that is supposed to be dark and using it in the way of the light. That is very wizardy too. Wizardly. I'm also hearing that music in general plays a huge role in your life. Dare I say that music was your catalyst to your awakening. You also very well could be a creator of music yourself. I just heard you telepathically say that music is frequency. And amen to that. I agree, 100%. You're showing me how you've noticed through your awakening how your choices in music changed too. You used the music to slowly raise your vibrations. That is super awesome. So I am being told to go ahead and pull 3 cards from 3 separate decks that I have here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, Spirit. Let me know how you want me to do this. This one first. Okay. This one first. Face down. All face down. So we're pulling 9 cards in total. And we're going to place them all face down first. 1, 2, 3. What's next? These ones. Okay. I just heard the words Blackfoot. Blackfoot. Maybe you resonate with the Blackfoot tribe. There's also other meanings to that as well. Alright, there's those. Alright. So, we have a sacred ritual will bring you clarity and insight. Maybe with the order of Melchizedek. There's a sacred ritual there that you're being asked to partake in. A forgotten spell will bring unexpected joy. Words are spells. That's what I heard. The last one says, your heart's desire is closer than you think. You see that? No. You can't even really read it anyways, but let's do that. So a forgotten... Okay. Hang on. There we go. A sacred ritual will bring you clarity and insight. A forgotten spell will bring unexpected joy. Your heart's desire is closer than you think. Whatever you're working on alchemizing here is closer than you think. Like, I'm seeing you in my mind's eye, and it's like It's like right up against your back. And all you have to do is turn around. You're going to run right smack into it. That's what I'm seeing. And in the energy cards, we have blossoming abundance. Your heart's desires. They're closer than you think. Man holding a heart. You gonna do a little love spell or something? Maybe you got your eye on somebody. You got your eye on somebody. You're holding your heart in your hand. Oh, storm warning. Storm warning. A sacred ritual. Storm warning. I'm just putting them where Spirit is guiding me to put them. Let's get all of the cards out on the table, and then we will discuss from there. We've got Mama Cacao and Rhodonite. Oh, these are from the Earth Alchemy Oracle. Heart opening. Look at that. Heart opening. Heightened sensitivity. Unifying. High on love. Ooh, this wizard's in love. Is this another love reading? That last one was crazy. If you haven't seen that one, dude. It gets really good there towards like the endish parts of it. For real. Anyways. Then we have Secret Garden. There's a gateway there. Look at that gateway. It says sacred space. Cultivate your space, inner beauty, and self-care. Don't forget to take care of yourself while you're trying to alchemize whatever you're trying to alchemize there. And the last one, there's that golden, the Holy Grail energy I feel off of this card. Golden topaz and yellow rose. Abundance, again. Raising your vibrations. Light missions. Raw activation. Wow. Let's put that over here because I want this. Oh yeah. Look at that. It's almost the same shape. Look at that. That's amazing. Abundance. Abundance is blossoming. You're opening up your heart chakra. Unifying love. I want to know what this storm warning is all about, though. And now that I'm looking at this storm card, I'm just going to share something personal that I saw in a dream the other night, actually. I won't go into detail, but basically, I looked out the window of where I was, and I saw this tornado forming in the sky. But I knew that I lived somewhere where tornadoes really don't happen. And so I was like, what the hell is that? And then I watched as the tornado grew bigger and bigger and came closer and closer, and it ended up wrapping around towards the front of the building that I was in. And the whole front of the building was all glass, so you could see through it. It was like all windows. Kind of like a storefront. And this tornado came up to the windows and then formed into a man. So a man like came out of the tornado, and then the tornado went away. It was a man. Storm, I guess. Storm. I have not jumped down the rabbit hole yet or researched it in any way, but I just thought that was an interesting synchronicity there. Storm warning. Okay, now I'm starting to put the pieces together here. Because the book says this card indicates potential for difficulty. And that, like, mixed up with man holding a heart here. Trying to manifest something with that in that regard. That's the vibe I'm picking up on. It's because you're a fallen angel who is ascending at this time, and you're worried. You're worried that the same thing's going to happen again, and you don't want that to happen again. That's what I'm hearing right now. That's what that storm, you're worried about that happening again. That's worry right there. I don't even need to read further in the book. That's definitely what that is. This is bugging me too. This needs to be out. This gateway. Hidden gateway here. Sword of light. You might resonate with this combination here. Reminds me of Archangel Michael, for sure. This sword. Oh, the secret garden. That's why it was hidden behind the man with the heart, huh? Secret garden. Yeah. Cultivation of your space. It is raising your vibrations and will ultimately lead you to what your mission is turning into. This was such a big mission already, but you have accomplished it. Clearly. And so now it's morphing into a whole nother mission. It's like, well, that's great. While you're there, you know, while you're there, since you're completely risen now, maybe you could work on this. That kind of vibe. But I'm being called to check out the book on that card because I am intrigued by the raw activation that it says right there. It says golden topaz calls itself a divinity stone, holding the glorious rays of the sun. Its regal bright energy moves in a slow grounded, warm way, radiating its gentle power in all directions, soothing and stimulating the glands around your brain, third eye, and throat. It brings lasting energy that will recharge you for the days ahead. It likes to seek out lies and illusions, helping you recognize patterns of self-sabotage, ways you have strayed from your truth out of fear. See, there's that storm, that worry of the storm, the fear. It can quiet the ego and show you how to appreciate your self-worth and pride in a balanced, loving, and humble way. It teaches lessons of attachment and detachment from your surroundings in a way that serves your higher self and the I Am presence. What do you need to detach from to serve your highest good at this time? An activating and enhancing stone, topaz attunes you to the highest forces in the universe, helping you get things done and move forward, bestowing the gifts of wisdom, strength, and success. It is one of the most potent and powerful manifesting stones. It generates abundance. See, there that is. Abundance. Maybe you're working with golden topaz already. If not, I highly suggest it. It generates abundance within and around you in alignment with what is appropriate and harmonious for your highest path. It links you with your solar plexus, activating and enhancing your willpower. Aligning with golden topaz helps us realize that anything is possible as long as we stay dedicated, focused, and in the heart. Allow golden topaz to sink into your heart to nurture and illuminate all parts of you that wish to be seen at this time. When you move with the energies of this stone, you bring close Lord Lanto, master of the second yellow ray of illumination, wisdom, and education, as well as Master Katumi, Gautama Buddha, and Lord Ganesha. And then for yellow rose, it says, as topaz is such a high, clear vibration, it needed another similar frequency to pair with. The rose vibrates at a high electrical frequency with a powerful energy field, giving it the mantle of one of the highest vibrating flowers on earth. You were just talking to me telepathically about how music even it's a frequency, it's vibration. So there you go. Maybe you should go buy her some yellow flowers. I'm just going to put that out there. Buy her some yellow flowers. See, it goes on to say, when smelt, it is open. What? When smelt, it is opened up fully within your heart. Her color connects with the solar plexus, but she speaks of connecting you to the divine mind through your crown. We cannot access the divine mind or the mind of Christ in all things whilst in the 3D matrix where we live. We need to journey through the heart up and out. We need to totally surrender to the truth that we know and control nothing. By emptying ourselves, the divine mind draws closer. Yellow Rose comes in to hold your hand through this, to offer you friendly, non-judgmental companionship. as you come to these realizations. It is much like stepping into the void, the feeling of a deep need to empty yourself and surrender to something greater than you. She says, surrender yourself to light and dark. Surrender yourself to light and dark. So there you go. And I also wanted to mention that it is a fire. It's the element of fire right here. I'm trying to learn not to point with the birdie finger. It's a learning process, right? Every day, in every way. And so anyways, I'm feeling the energy leave now. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. And I hope that you got what you needed from here. My mind was sure blown once again. You guys are amazing. You have amazing energies, and I really appreciate you guys sharing your energy with me. I love doing this. This is great. And I love you guys. I know I say it all the time, but I love you guys. I love everybody. Everybody serves a purpose. And once again, thank you for showing up for yourself today, because that's very important for the universe as a whole. So, take what resonates, leave the rest. And I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.